Welcome back to Kullar Photo. Before we get into this video, if you like the channel and you want to subscribe, don't forget to press that down there right now. And also next to that button you've got the little bell icon, and that'll give you notifications if you click that on for every time I put a new video up. Anyway, let's get into the video.
Damn. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Right, so on Tuesday this week I went to the photography show in Birmingham at the NEC. Well, it's the Genting Arena or Resorts World. It's something, basically. Changes its name all the time. Anyway, on Tuesday it was student day, and basically I went to the photography show with certain things in mind. Right, so first things first was to speak to vendors and ask people that actually showed their products at the show why it was important for them to go to the show. Also people walking around asking them what they took away from the show. And then at the tail end of this little clip I'm just going to let you know what I think of the show and what I take away from it, and every year why I go, because every year you go for something a little bit different. You don't go for the same thing every year, unless you're looking to upgrade your camera every year and just looking what the new products are. So before we go any further into my views, here is what the manufacturers and the customers think about the photography show.
Hello, my name's David and I'm from Canon, and here we are at the photography show. So the photography show is super important to us. As a brand like Canon, it's great to actually talk to the people who actually use our cameras, get the feedback directly. So important, because the feedback we get does go back to Japan, it does go back to the people who develop and make the cameras. Also, the photography show is really good at telling us how the market is doing, how photography is changing, and and really gives us a stepping stone for the year. This is really the kick-off to see what's going to happen over the next 12 months, what new products are going to come out, what photographers are doing with our equipment. And this is the great thing, we get to see photographers work, we get to see what they're doing with our cameras, and really get to see the different types of photography that people are doing. And this all goes together to help what we develop for the future. So yeah, the photography show is super important for us.
Hiya, I'm Darren from Seawe. I'm Digital Marketing Manager here, and we're here at the photography show on stand E21. The reason we come to the photography show is to show our products primarily, but we find there's a real good mix of hobbyists and enthusiasts, but trade partners as well that we can partner with going forwards. We've had a lot of wedding photographers, which we primarily specialise in as well, so it's been really good for us. And we find the real mix, even in the students on the final day, is exactly what we're looking for in terms of clients working for us going forwards.
Awesome. Hi, I'm Jacob James. I'm a Lumix ambassador, travel photographer and filmmaker. I've been using Panasonic for the last 3 years. The reason I use Panasonic is lightweight, portable, discreet video, super high-end functions, 4K 60, 10-bit, 422, and on the still side I can get a really small camera, whack on the like a 15mm lens, and I've got a super discreet package that if I'm shooting intimate places like people's homes, out on the street, the camera's discreet, no one's going to see it, and I can get away and get the shot.
My name is Robert. I'm a student. I'm at the photography show to see all the new equipment, all the new cameras and lenses, just pretty much for that. Right.
Hi, yeah, I'm Linda Fuller. I'm a freelance photographer. I normally do portrait photography. I come to the show to look at new products, lighting equipment, backdrops, things like that, see what kind of deals I can get, and also to network with some of my friends. And that's the reason, you know, it's just a good day out.
Hey guys, my name's Sahel. I'm from Masoka Photography down from London. We're here at the photography show to basically network, meet up with old friends, look at new equipment, buy stuff. That's probably not a good idea, but there you go, that's how photography works. So that's why we're here.
Okay, so there you have it. So that's what other people think about the show. Now I'm going to let you know about me. So this year I went to the photography show as not just a trade but as a student as well, seeing as I'm doing my HND in photography. And basically I went with two things in mind. Next month I'm thinking about upgrading my camera, so I went looking at different manufacturers and what sort of cameras and kit I'll be able to upgrade to, what features are available, talk to the representatives of the companies as well. So I went to Sony and I went to Canon because I'm shooting Canon anyway, and I told them what I do and what I've been looking at, what I've been comparing. And you know, sometimes it just takes for an expert to give you that little bit more information to make you think about your final purchase. So me personally, that was the one reason I went to the photography show. Second reason is this. Paper. So the photography show is probably one of the best places to go and physically look at paper when you are doing prints. So I've got here Photo Speed's PF Luster. It's a 275 GSM. It's a pigment friendly luster paper. So it's got like a satin sheen to it. So it's not too glossy. Luster papers have got a bit more of like a brighter texture to them to print onto as well. So I always like using a luster paper personally. And I was there for a good 30-40 minutes looking at all the different types of paper that Photo Speed had to offer, because I wanted to try some Photo Speed paper. I'd heard good reviews. I went to the stand, talked to one of the people on the stand. We went through all the different options, all the paper sizes, how much sheets I wanted in a pack. So I went to the photography show looking for paper. So yes, you can go to all different manufacturers. You've got Hanamule, you've got the Canon side, you've got Photo Speed. There's other brands of paper that are there as well. You've got lots and lots of different vendors, not just camera manufacturers and tripods and lights and things like that there. You've always got like your portfolio companies, you've got your insurance companies. So I know that someone went there and they signed up for some insurance as well, which is always a really beneficial thing to have when you're doing photography, because it's a lot of expensive gear and insurance is a really important thing. And if you're shooting professionally, liability insurance should be at top of your list if you're earning money taking photography, because it covers you for absolutely anything, normally absolutely anything that could go wrong while on a shoot. Any damages to your equipment or to other things, or if someone accidentally damages your equipment or someone hurts themselves, you've got insurance to cover that. So that's the things that I went to look for myself. What I learned at the photography show this year was that in fact, what did I learn at the photography show this year? Oh yeah, I learned it's always good that when you go to a photography show, take time and look for the free talks that are there. Each manufacturer has a stand and they will bring in their ambassadors. So Photo Speed, for one example, had Tom Heaton, landscape photographer. Sony had Jason Lanier from the US come over. He's a huge Sony rep, Sony ambassador, sorry I should say. He came and did a free talk on the Sony stand. There were free talks. Gavin Hoy was there. He's a very popular online teacher of photography. He did a free talk. So what I would say is, like, next year when I go, I think I want to pay more attention to the show guide when I get it through, and I'm going to have a look at what sort of talks I want to be around for. Even the Masters of Photography TV program, they had a stand there and they had someone doing a talk about the filmmaking side of the program for people that are into filmmaking. So that right there is probably what I've took away this year moving forward. But like I say, the photography show has got a wide range of things available to beginners, amateurs, professionals, and teachers as well. So people that teach photography, there's always stuff for them as well. And cheap gear at the end of the day. You can always get yourself some more extra cheap equipment. Light stands, you can never have enough light stands. I mean, saw plenty of people walk away with light stands. And the best thing at the photography show, what I found, is networking. Talk to people, not just the people on the stands. Try and talk to people that are walking around, because for me, being a student and a photographer at the same time, my photography work is slow. So me talking to other photographers and seeing what they've got going on and letting them know what I'm up to and giving them my card and taking theirs, it keeps me in the loop, keeps me networking in the photography circles while I'm still studying full time as well. And hopefully that can lead on to collaborations, future work down the line, or even just someone to know if you're in a different part of the country, because it's easy. A lot of people travel to London, Manchester, Liverpool, and they all congregate to the photography show every year in the UK, and it's a really good place to be to talk to people as well. That's where I'm going to leave it. So that was the photography show 2018 in Birmingham. That's what I took from it. That's what everyone else learned from it. And if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe and push the notification button again. And I will see you soon. See ya.
Damn. Yeah. Yeah.